watching this, you're probably on the replay. But thank you for joining us. We are excited to have you. I'm live on my laptop and my phone. So I'm going to try and add a guest speaker. So hold on one second. Let me see what I need to do. How do I do that again? I keep forgetting
I
how
should
to
request.
Okay, yeah, request if you can. Request from your end. Yes. Awesome. So let's try go live. Okay. So given you access, and hopefully our guests will begin to join us. Oh,
Yes.
hold on, I need to go. Okay. Ooh. Can you hear that sound?
A little bit. Is the volume down? Is echoing?
I put my volume all the way down. Is yours all the way down too?
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that sound? Hi, thank you for joining. We are excited to be here with you. My name is Detola Amure, and I have an amazing guest with me. She's going to tell you all about all about herself. But I wanted to tell you a bit about SWM Conversation. It's, can you hear that echo?
Yeah. I
I
feel like it's
can.
from
I'm
my
wondering
side.
where it's coming from. Hi, can you hear us? Oh no, there's that echo. We are good. We're live on two devices, and there's an echo somewhere. We quite don't know what we're doing, so bear with us.
I'm thinking I don't know if I use the
Okay, we
AirPods.
should
If
use
it
our
can
headphones. Do
open.
you think that would
Yeah.
work? Let's try that. Let's see if that would make a difference. Please bear with us. Okay, I'm gonna try that as well over here on my end. Okay.
Oh, this
Uh,
one is it. Okay. Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear us on Instagram? Let's know if you can still hear us. Yeah, the echo should be gone by now. So
Yeah.
let's know.
It's
Can you
gone
still
now.
hear the echo? Or is it gone? So I just need someone on Instagram to confirm. If you're on Facebook or on hey, what's better? Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Holy Spirit. Okay. And I think what we can do is when I am speaking, you can go on mute
On mute. Okay.
and then the other way around. Yeah. No more echo. Awesome. Okay. So we have people live on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Super Working Mom Convos really is where we just get to speak to a super working mom, someone who is doing an ordinary woman doing extraordinary things. Now, this is the second time we're going to be having our guest speaker Olufolake on, and she's going to tell you a bit more about her journey. The first time we had her was maybe about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and her journey has progressed way beyond where she was at that time. So it's really exciting to bring her back to hear more about her journey as a super working mom, how she does amazing things, and how she's able to just juggle life and manifest her big dreams. So without any further ado, Olufolake, how are you? Can you tell us a bit? Who is Olufolake? Tell us a bit about you.
I'm very well. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Detala, for having me on Super Working Mom Convo. It's always a pleasure. My name is Olufolake Ayeyemi. I am a wife. I'm a mom of two daughters who are 15 and 11. I live in Portsmouth, UK. I am a fashion designer, a ladies' wear designer, and I also teach ladies, women and girls how to make their own clothes. I do this more virtually than in person. I also work as the neurodiversity coordinator at Portsmouth Parent Voice, which is the parent carer forum that looks after parents and carers of children and young people with special needs in Portsmouth. Um, I am also a parent governor in a secondary school. I'm a parent representative in the community, just to express the interest of parents at strategic meetings across the city of Portsmouth. I do some work on community research. I'll stop there for now. Let's keep going. But yeah, I do have a number of hats that I wear.
I was just going to say you sound like a very busy woman. Like so much amazing things that you're doing, and it's really exciting to hear about some of the things that you are involved in. So obviously the last time we spoke or the last time you were on Super Mom Convos, I think at that time you were running My Fruitful Fingers, but now you've added a lot more. So I want you to walk us through some of your journey. Like, how did you even start? And how did you begin to add on all these extra bits that you are doing? You're doing such a fantastic job and you're married, you've got children, but you still have all these amazing things that you do. So tell us, walk us that journey.
Oh, it's interesting. My Fruitful Fingers started about 9 years ago, 8, 9 years ago. And that was before I joined the academy. So I just started because I had the gift and I could make clothes. But I almost started blindly, if you like, because I didn't really know what I was doing other than being able to make clothes. At the time, I didn't realize that it was so much more than just the making. There was, so much more to the work, the assignment, than just the design of clothes. So I started. But then when I started, as the journey progressed, you know how it is when you start on the wrong foot. You will just hit the bumps and you won't know what to do with it. And you won't know if to pack it up or to. So I just kept going. And I remember as well that I just looked at my life in general and I was thinking, why is this so hard? Why am I struggling? Like, what's going on? And I remember saying a prayer that day after the school run and saying, I need help because I know that things are not just right, there's more. And God led me to a super working mom. I joined the Facebook group to start with. It was a free group and there was lots of lives where you would share, a lot of tips and very vital, valuable nuggets. And I'll be like, who are these people? What are they talking about? And I found it really, and it was so practical as well. It was not something ambiguous or something extraordinary. It was just like do this and do that. And I was seeing the change. And I was like, this is so good. And I mean, I stuck with the free group. And then, as it happens, the Super Pokemon Academy doors opened, and the advert came up, and I was like, oh, um, investing in, in a women's group. First of all, I'm like, I don't like women's stuff. Like group of women, what will we be doing? But then, the scholarship came up, and I applied for the scholarship, and that was the beginning of the big change that started to happen in my life because the work started from within, and then I started to see the manifestation in other areas of my life, and it felt like this is it. I just decided that I was going to stick with it, invest my time and resources and everything just to birth this person that is still evolving every day. And I really have Super Working Mom to thank, and God, of course, through Super Working Mom to thank for that.
Fantastic. Wow. It is amazing just hearing your story. And clearly, I mean, I knew when you joined, and I remember, and I know you share this story sometimes where one of the things we used to do back then was when someone joins the Super Pokemon Academy, they would need to introduce themselves. And I remember you saying then that you didn't have anything to say. But look at you now. It's like you're just going, from glory to glory, leaps and bound. And it's almost like, where is the Folake that existed then? The transformation is visible. So, I mean, tell me, do you think people have noticed that transformation, or do you just think it's you who has noticed that? Have people made comments to you about your transformation? So share a bit on that.
Absolutely. Even me, I look in the mirror sometimes and I'm thinking, who is this person? Like, I'm nowhere near what I used to be. And it's not just physical, it's from within as well. My mind, my soul, my spirit, everything I feel like it's been regenerated. Not I feel like, I think that's what's happened. And I have people who ask me and like, in fact, during Christmas, somebody was still asking me, that where is the Folake she used to know when we were at uni? I was like, It's a very obvious transformation, and people
Mm,
who have known me before, or people who knew me when I started, would definitely see it. I get questions, and I mean, I know how it happens, so I will always say, you know, support Kimo. But yeah, it's a very visible transformation, which I'm really
mm,
grateful to God for, because I keep thinking sometimes, if I didn't come this way, if God didn't lead me on this path, I don't know what I would have done with my life for the past 6 years,
mm,
because it's been 6 years now that I joined the academy. But I'm so grateful. I'm so, so grateful.
mm. Wow, thank you for sharing, and thank you for our viewers. If Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, we're basically, having a conversation with Olufolake, her journey, her personal growth journey, and how she's been able to, start something by maximizing her time so she can manifest her big dreams. So, you said something, a few minutes ago about, another women's group, right? So what is it about super working mom? So the way I see it is in two ways. What is it about super working mom that is different from maybe any other women group that you maybe have been a part of, or just generally from your perception about women groups? So that's on one hand. And what do you think you did as well to cause the transformation? Do you see what I mean? So what did super working mom help you to do, or what's the difference? And then what do you think you did that has caused this transformation in your life?
Yeah. So I mean, of course, when you hear women group, the first thing you're thinking is, drama, gossip, and all these other things. So of course you want to stand back and say, no, I'm not doing. But with Super Working Mom, and this is no joke at all, it's so different. There's no fluff. There is, all you get is value, and I don't think you can even quantify or the value you get, not just in the signature courses or the master classes or the prayer sessions, but in the people, the group of people. I know God handpicked the ladies and put them there, because everyone comes with their own unique personalities with no drama. I don't know how it's possible to have a group of women with no drama, a group of women where whenever we're together, we're open, we're free, because there's no judgment, there's no, checking out and all these things. We are all working towards the same goal. And it's really amazing to see that it's possible for a
Mm,
group of women from different places, different backgrounds, to actually have the same focus.
yeah.
Even though what we are doing, we all do, different things, a wide variety of things.
Mm,
And also, one of the things when I first joined was that I realized that, moms like me, women like me, having daily challenges like I have,
mm,
having, families, having work, and having everything, they're still doing amazing things. It really struck me, and it made me feel like I could do a lot more with my life, just because I saw the ladies doing, amazing things. And
mm,
on my side, I had to it's a choice that you have to make. I had to make the choice that I was all in. It this is it. Now I've found it. I'm going to invest my time. I'm going to be there, committed fully. And for every, program, every event that we have in Super Hockey Bomb, it's a top priority. We always find time for what is important to us.
true.
And this is really important to me. So I made up my mind, and I'm grateful that, I can see the results. So it's not enough to just join the group. You have
Yeah.
to put the work in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow. There are so many things you've said in just now that I can unpack. But I think one of the things you said was that how can there be a community of women who is drama free and they seem to have this goal that they're working towards? And what came to my mind when you said that was that this saying that water always finds its level. So it's almost like minds attracting like minds, and someone who probably hasn't, and I want to be careful here, but maybe you, because one of the things that guide us in the Super Working Mom Academy and in the community is the set of values that we have. So obviously, if you don't have similar values, you may find that it's not a good fit. But when you have similar values, or even if you don't have those values, but you aspire to have those values, you almost, it's almost like you just plug in and you're able to fit in. And back to what you said, we always find time for whatever is important to us. And that is the truth. Someone once said, if you show me where you spend your time, I will tell you what you value, right? So depending on what we value, that is where we invest our time. So thank you for that. So obviously one of the other things that you do within the Super Working Mom community and within the academy is that you are one of our course facilitators for the, if I'm correct, the maximize, no, not maximize, the Manifest Dream
Manifest dream.
program. Yes. So how has that experience been for you? I know the first time when you started, you're like, oh, a bit nervous. So walk us through that journey. How has that been for you? Um, Facilitating one of the courses in the Super Working Mom Academy.
I think it was a great privilege. I think some, when you look at the women, the quality of the women in the academy, and then you get called that to facilitate a session with such amazing women, I was like, oh no, there's no way I'll be able to do it. But one thing I thank God for in Super Working Mom Academy, and Super Working Mom as an organization, is that there's always opportunity to serve. And I thank God that with you, to say no to you, because I did try to wriggle myself out, but I couldn't wriggle myself out. So, it was, but the experience was good. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that, because what it then did for me is that earlier this year I started a new job.
Mm,
Um, the experience I took from doing that has helped me in
mm,
running my own meetings,
yeah.
preparing for my own meetings, the
Wow.
way because in Super Working Mom, there's a certain unique way that we unpack things, and it's like a culture in the
Mhm,
group. And that's gone with me in terms of, being people focused and all these kind of things that we do in the academy. So
mm,
it's been a great blessing for me, even though at the beginning I didn't want to do it. But yeah, I am really grateful for that opportunity, and
mm.
I'm grateful that you didn't allow me to say no. I didn't say that. Yeah.
We- wow, thank you for for allowing yourself to to pour into others. And I want to follow a thread that you started there, where it was some of the things that you learn in the academy you're able to use in your new job, and even in Moriah, your foundation, or your charity, for lack of a better word to use. So I mean, I think it was 2 years ago or so you joined the Super Working Mom Academy Plus, which is the leadership arm of the Super Working Mom Academy. So, how has what you're learning about leadership, communication, how has that helped you in your job and in your role as the chair of Moriah, which is, should I call it a ministry or foundation? I'm not sure quite. No, I'm not quite sure what to call it. That you started. How has what you're learning within the Super Working Academy Plus helped you in your day-to-day life?
Thank you. So 2 years ago, yeah, as you rightly said, I remember when the first time I read about the Super Working Mom Academy Plus and the description and everything, I was like, this is me. Because at that time, again, I got to a point where I was thinking, okay, there is more, you know, what do I need to do? And then God has a, fantastic way of putting these things together for us. So I joined, and it was very timely, because I needed it for, it helped me understand a lot more about myself than I did being a member of the Super Okimom Academy. It helped my leadership skills. It helped me understand more that leadership is about the people, it's not about me. And whatever God is calling me to do is about the people that He has called me to serve. How I need to move myself out of the way and allow God to do what He wants to do, through the calling. The most amazing thing is how what we learn, our studies, how I find it like practically apply the things that we learn on a day-to-day basis in solving my own, resolving my own challenges, decision making, working, interacting with people, communication, understanding people, knowing how people's personalities differ, and how, sometimes when somebody behaves a certain way, you're thinking, oh, but now I understand, and I don't take it personal because of what I've learned. So there's so much to it. But the most amazing thing, like I said, is how I can see it. So it's not just that they said or somebody told me, but it's something I can practically see in my own life every single day, at home, at work. So I mean, yeah, it's a gift to me. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I hope someone just said volume. I hope you can hear us on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube, wherever you are. I hope you can hear us clearly because we don't want you to miss anything. And
Yeah.
you may be wondering, oh, tell us more about Super Working Mom. We will come to that. I want you to hear more about Falake's journey. And then if you want to know more about the Super Working Mom Academy and how to join, then stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We will share more about that. Okay, so you said something um earlier on. You said people find time for what they value, and I want us to break that down a bit in terms of practicality. You clearly live a busy life. You have a full-time job. You run Moriah. You have a fashion company, and your wife, your mother. I've said that. I've said that a few times. Just I just wanted to stress that a bit more. So how would you say you have found time to prioritize your personal growth? And the reason why I'm asking is because a lot of women, especially mothers, tend to put themselves on the back seat, on the back burner, saying, "Oh, as long as my children are fine," and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I always think if you're going to lead your children, you need to lead yourself first, right? So, how would you say you found time to prioritize your own personal growth? And I mean, clearly you've talked about some of the results. So let's talk about practical ways that you have found time to prioritize your own personal growth.
Thank you. I mean, like I said earlier, as soon as I joined and I started to see the value, it was a no-brainer for me. So anything that had to do with Super Okimo, except there's a really strong reason why I can't attend, it's already in my calendar. So I've
Mm,
already put it in
I like that.
and carve that time for it, that nothing else is taking that time. Another thing is that my family, where my husband, my children, they know that on certain days, on Wednesdays, some Thursdays, some, Tuesdays, whatever, when it's time for Super Working Mom, they know that I have to, excuse myself. And it's carrying my family members along as well. But I think it's the decision. That's what the decision, the intention, being intentional about that growth. I think once you see the value,
Mm,
the results, there's no way that you will see that form of transformation. Knowing myself from how I was before, and then when I started to see the change,
yeah.
there was no way I was going to let that go because of the change that I was seeing. But then you need to start to see the change and then carry on with it. So again, it's the work that we need to do, and it's not work as in stress or struggle, but it's just the devotion and the intentionality behind
Yeah.
doing what you're supposed to do to be the person that you're supposed to be. I know that before I didn't even know what I was supposed to be or not to be. But
Mm,
once I started to figure it out and found this, group, this ministry, this organization that was helping me, there was no way I was going to let it go.
mm.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Dedication, determination, fantastic. Now, um, another a question I get from a lot of mothers, women as well is, "Oh, my life is already busy. I don't think I can add anything else," right? And obviously, one of the courses we teach is on maximizing your time. So yes, you've told us what you do. You've scheduled stuff, but for someone who's coming brand new into something like this community that we have, how would you say the maximized time course has helped you in your life? Do you find that you're still busy, or are you busy doing the right? Do you see what I mean? Like, do you find yourself being more productive rather than just being busy, or share your experience around that?
Yeah, definitely more productive. And I know we say we're busy, and of course, as wives, as women, as mothers, as people, we are very busy. But many times, if we look closely at our lives, there's some things that we're doing that we're really not supposed to be doing. Sometimes we need to like have an evaluation of our life, of our time. There's some things that need to go on the back burner to make way for it. Not more important thing, but for that season of your life, especially when you're seeking growth, you need to make that space, and something has to give. Like you have to make intentionally find a way to
Mm,
make that space. And I think that's what the one of the things that the course did for me is to help me plan my time and understand balance, making sure that all the essential things are in place. The things that can wait will wait. The things that can, you can reschedule them, to a more, how do you spaced out way,
mm,
to make space for important things. And I think above all, the Holy Spirit, helps us,
yeah,
teaches us, when we ask him to say, okay, I need to make space for
mm,
this is important, and I need to make space. And I have many testimonies about Super Okay Mom and about provision, not just for time, but for resources as well. Because
mm,
I know sometimes money is another thing. People will say, I don't have money. And I
yeah,
said that at the beginning, that I'm not paying for anything. But it's amazing to me. And it always blows my mind that whenever I say, oh, there's this particular program I want to do, somehow
yeah,
I really don't understand how it happens, but it always happens every single time. So, on our part, it's just for us to be yielded, I think.
yeah.
And, things will work out. It will work out. It's just sometimes we don't prioritize it. That's why there's still this dilly-dallying. But once
Mm.
we do, it does work out.
Wow, fantastic. Falake, just listening to you, I'm like, this is every woman should be like Falake in the sense of prioritizing your personal growth. Because one thing we also truly believe within the Super Lucky Mom community is you cannot pour from an empty cup. And a lot of women are frustrated, they are tired, they are edgy because they are trying to pour from an empty cup. But what you need is, somewhere where you're plugged in, where you're getting filled, right, with the right things. And because the community serves kingdom women, we rely on the power of the Holy Ghost and all of those amazing things. You're getting like you're being plugged somewhere, and then you're now able to pour back into your family and into your any mountain of influence that you've been called to serve. And Falake is clearly doing that. So thank you so much for sharing. You may be wondering, okay, what is the academy about? How do I join? Well, it's simply a platform where, mentoring and coaching platform where we support kingdom women to first of all find their purpose or to embrace their purpose if they already know it, and then show you how to maximize your time so that you can manifest your God given dreams. Like I said before, many women are putting their dreams in the back burner, thinking when my children are older, then I will, get back to that. But by the time your children are older and out the door, you're probably already lost about who you really are. So it's possible to, do that side by side. Be an amazing mom to your children if you have children, be an amazing husband, wife to your husband if you're married, and even if you're not, that's fine as well. We cater to single women, single mothers as well. And so, knowing the strategies and the tools to help you to be able to maximize those big dreams while you're still being a fantastic mom and a wife. So, Falake, what would be your advice to any woman out there, any kingdom woman out there who they're frustrated, they've been juggling things. Oh, someone said they've joined. Amazing. We're excited to have you. And, we're looking forward to seeing your transformation. Because one thing we always say is that within 3 months, you will begin to see transformation if you plug in. Not if you stay on the sidelines, no, there are no guarantees there. But if you plug in, we guarantee you will see changes. So, Falake, what would be your advice to a kingdom mom? She's probably feeling frustrated. She's not sure what she's doing. She's running around like a headless chicken, and she's just all over the place. But is probably hungry, and that's another. The thing is, you need to be hungry for these things. No one can cajole you into, and we don't even want to cajole you. You need to be hungry, you need to be ready, right? So what would be your advice to someone who's looking for help when it comes to maximizing their time or manifesting their dreams? And think maybe I'm too busy, I'm frustrated, I don't have money, I don't know. What would be your advice to them?
So this is a no-brainer for me. Like, because for me, I can see the result of it. I would say you plug in, and you need to be fully dedicated to it. You need to decide that you're going to put everything into it. Like, you don't just join and be on the sidelines. Join and decide that you want to make. I mean, like Detola said, 3 months is even long. Before 3 months, you will begin to see, because it starts from within. It starts from the way you think. It starts from, the things you hear from the academy. And the amazing thing, like I said earlier, is that they stay with you. Like, I remember when I joined, I would be hearing Detola's voice in my head. Like, is she here? Like, I could hear her, like, saying, all the things that she used to say back then. But for anyone that is thinking about it, and you're I don't want to say you're struggling, but you need the help, you need the support, this is the place to be. It's not a joke. I'm not just saying it for the sake of it, or because it all is here. It's because I have seen the benefit of joining Super Mom. And I know, and people that know me or knew me before, I'm sure they can tell that, there's something has shifted. And this is the shift that we're all looking for. So take a leap of faith and plug into the academy. You won't regret it. You will never regret it. This is the place to be. There's so much value in this community. I'm not just saying it for, just as a cliche, but because for me, that is the absolute truth. So, yeah.
Glory to God. Glory to God. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you probably see the link on my setting your big dreams, have to set goals the right way, and course on how to grow. If we put all of that together and we price it, it's about £600. But guess what? You get all of that for £60. One off payment of £60. So you can join through that route, or you can join through academic. All of the details are on academic notes. Okay, so you can get all of those details there. The last day to join us is the 19th of January. Now, we also have a free community. It is off Facebook. It's not on Facebook. We used to be on Facebook before, like you heard from Against. But now it's on a platform called My Fruitful. And you can join the free group. But you know what? There's so much more when you join the academy. Because the free group, all you get is free stuff. And,
Yeah.
it's like the tip of the
Mm.
iceberg. You're still staying by the shallow waters. But when you go deep into the academy, you get a whole lot more. So we would love to have you join us. We would love to have you come join our community. So for like we're going to be rounding up now. Okay, it goes back. Sure.
Oh, I
Um,
can't hear it.
okay. I want you to share with us one of your favorite books. I know you read lots of books. If you're super academic, where do you read? So share one of your favorite books with us as we read as well.
I think the one that readily comes to mind is, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I think that in a way is a summary of my own journey, for how far I have come since joining the academy, just because of, there's a tribe behind me, high-paced supporters, sisters, that we're going on this journey together. So yeah, that's definitely a favorite quote.
Like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. No woman, no man is an island.
Mm.
If you go alone, you only go so far, right? But if you go with others, you have the support of other people.
Okay, so on Facebook, for my fashion design business, My Fruitful Fingers. Um, Also on Instagram as My Fruitful Fingers. Oh, thank you. Also with Moriah, which is the community group that I coordinate. We're also on Instagram as Moriah Family Support Group, on Facebook as well as Moriah Family Support Group. Yeah, I think that's the easiest way on social media to
I think
reach me.
what we'll do is get all your details and put it on the replay so people can connect with you that way. Christina says Falake is truly inspirational. Totally
Oh,
admire
thank you.
she is. And Ngozi says fruitfulness. Yeah, well, from the name of the company. I can't quite see, I can see someone saying they joined Super Optimum. Thank
Yes,
you.
yeah.
We are excited to have you on board. But thank you again, Falake. You've been amazing. Please, ladies, follow us on Instagram, Super Optimum, Facebook, Super Optimum. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. We'd love to, connect with you. Next week, we're going to have another amazing person. She's online somewhere here. I don't want to mention her name just yet. But another inspiring, super working mom who is an ordinary woman doing extraordinary things. So I'm looking forward to catching up with us next week. But for today, again, Falake, I want to say thank you for
Thank you.
coming on
Oh,
with me today. I know you're very busy and I don't take the time for granted. Is there any final words you want to share before we wrap up?
I mean, just to take this opportunity to just publicly thank you for obeying the call, for doing the, because I know at the beginning you probably had your doubts and like, oh, maybe you didn't want to do it, but I mean, somebody like me, I don't know what would have happened. And the many other women that God has helped you to, support and, through the journey of purpose. So thank you so much for this. Thank you for supporting mom. I pray that God continues to strengthen you and bless you with everything you need for the journey ahead. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone that's logged on to join us today. Really appreciate all your kind words. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for everyone who has tuned in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you. And if you're on the replay as well, thank you for watching today. And we'll catch up with you next week. So take care, God bless. Again, the link to join the academy is academy.superhero.com. If you're on Instagram, you will find that link on our bio. And if you're on Facebook or YouTube, we'll also put it in the description box. Thank you.